represented by Mr. Chris Adiku. You're welcome, sir. Let's put our hands together. The Training Manager, Center for Excellence, she was here with us. She just went out. She will be with us later. Mrs. Taiwo Adeshola. Let's put our hands together. Sarpia Posagioela. You're welcome, sir. Then we have the ITF team also. Mr. Emeka, you're welcome, sir. And then Comrade Chairman of OPTA in ITF, Ishaya. Comrade Ishaya, you're welcome. Let me finish with that side so that I'll come this side because I have a royal father here sitting on this side. Yes. We have the Smidan team here, led by Mr. Osho. You're welcome, sir. He's a very good and his partner. You're welcome. On the high table, we have the Dabo Range of South. Daga Dangyang being represented by the ward head of Liongel, Dagyang Jato. You're welcome, sir. Also, we have with us from Standards Organization of Nigeria, Mr. Ukelina Ondi. You're welcome. From Relevant Technology Board, we have Mr. Joseph Malou. You're welcome. And we have other staff of the Industrial Training Fund. They are giving us a backup from behind. So let's put our hands together for them. The Director General and members of the high table, before you this morning are the 5th phase trainees of the NISDP that have gone through the training and also the EDP. And we're here for the closing ceremony. So, sir, based on our program, we will now take the welcome address by the area manager, Mr. Sarpia Osaki. Let's put our hands together.
Yes, it is normal in government that you start with established protocol. And I want to start by recognizing the Director General of the ITF, Sir Joseph Ari, as has just been introduced in the person of Mr. Chris Adiku. I also want to, let me just take this side, as I've said, welcome Mr. Emeka Okafo. He's a Deputy Director, and by that you know what I mean. Very high. Sir, you're welcome. We also have our Chairman, in the person of Mr. Shai Audu. He is Chairman of OPTA. That's one of the in-house unions in the ITF. So you're welcome. There's our team now, alone. If you don't join hands, there is nothing you can do much. Sirs, you're welcome. Our team from SOM, Relevant Tech, you're all welcome. Our Royal Father, we are so grateful to you coming today. You know, saying you are all welcome. Sirs, before you, we're supposed to have two, what is it, your son? Simultaneously, this same, program is going on in the other zones. So I want to welcome you all to the closing ceremony of this very big program and very, very important program that will start. In these 3 months, we train in 3 trade areas, namely garment making or tailoring, and we also have catering and baking. So before you, sirs, are trainees on the 5th phase of the National Industrial Skills Development Program. Today marks the end of the 3 months. But I would say that more than an end, we seek a beginning. A beginning in the sense that this is when you have come a long way in developing skills that will help the country and that will also help you. Because the essence here is that you will, after this program, either employ somebody to work with you or you work for yourself. We are all aware of what is happening in our country, the spread of kidnappings, Boko Haram issues, and things like that. Now, I still believe that if all these people I've mentioned were gainfully employed, I don't think they will have time for all those antisocial behaviors. So, we believe that these 3 months, which of course is very short, we believe that you have learned 1 or 2 things. So we implore you that even as you leave this place, like I've told the other groups, that please, 3 months is not enough for us to say that you are qualified tailors, or qualified carpenters, or qualified caterers. You understand? I've always used this talk, that what is the point? We give you something to cook, and by the time it is when it's supposed to be aroma coming out, you were perceiving something like tear gas. Tears will be coming down your face. What is the point? Because the menu, even just the African menu alone, is so large. So you need to, put in your best and ensure that some of these things, you go back and perfect them. The same goes to the carpenters. The same goes to the tailors. In fact, for the tailors, it is very, very clear. If you are wearing a general hopper, because it was not well, arranged, I'm sure you understand what I mean. So I believe that we will do that. I'm happy today that even when we go back to the same people, they oblige our invitation. So we are so happy. We will not be tired of going to a place. And please, when you see us, don't be tired of us too. I was expecting our other colleagues from NDE. I believe they are on their way. So as soon as they come, we will go on with this program together. So I will not take much of your time. My order is just to greet and welcome you to this occasion. At this point, I would like to stop and hand the microphone over to the DG of the ITF, who will give you the DG speech. Thank you very much.
Honorable Danladi, I'm not the MC, but I have to introduce him. Honorable Danladi, man, has just walked in quietly. Can we give him a round of applause? This is the speech by the Director General to Chief Executive, Industrial Training Fund, Sir Joseph N. Ari, guest trainees of the first batch, year 2016 Industrial Skills Development Program. The Honorable Commissioner, Plateau State, Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Danladi Man, the representative of the Traditional Council, Jos South, Mr. Kian Chato, the Training Manager Center for Excellence, with us here too, Senator Emeka Okafor. Everything about him is seen it. And we also have Comrade Ishaya. I used to call him Ishaya Audu, the former PC of the Mount Pleasant University. Ishaya Audu. The Smedan team, the representative of the Standard Organization of Nigeria, relevant technology, members of the press here present, my ITF colleagues, the trainees, ladies and gentlemen. Is the speech. It is with this sense of joy and gratitude to God Almighty that I address you on this epoch-making occasion. A day that we have eagerly waited for. A day in which the first batch of the year 2016 National Industrial Skills Development Program is graduating as trainees. It is a day which holds brilliant promises for the future of our fatherland in general and our youth in particular. Therefore, on behalf of the management and the entire staff of the Industrial Training Fund, I welcome our distinguished guests with a traditional call of welcome, Senunku Dezwa. The National Industrial Skills Development Program is the capacity building component of National Enterprises Development Program, NISDP. A program conceived by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment in collaboration with the Industrial Training Fund, the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, and the Bank of Industry, aimed at actualizing the diversification agenda of the federal government of Nigeria. NISDP seeks to precipitate rapid industrialization, stimulate inclusive economic growth by empowering the youth to be gainfully employed through the provision of training in vocational technical skills in various trade areas, business development, services, and business finance. You could recall that when the area manager was, reading his welcome address, he talked about self-employment. And from the program also, the ITF is in charge of the technical aspects, the skills acquisition aspect of the program. And the business aspect of it was handled by SMEDA. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, has consistently emphasized on the need to diversify our economy from oil by taking advantage of numerous opportunities that abound in all the sectors. That's why we are preaching about agriculture and other agro-allied business that can boost the Nigerian economy instead of depending on petroleum. If Nigeria must make progress, therefore, we must support the President's vision for rapid industrialization and economic diversification. And we have to start from somewhere. That's why the ITF is taking the bull by the horn as one of the foremost training skills development agencies in Nigeria. The first phase of the program commenced on the 3rd December 2012, and it is ongoing, and has continued in subsequent phases in all states of the Federation and the Federal Capital. It might also interest you to note that so far, about 74,000 youths have been trained in technical vocational skills for a minimum of 3 months in different trade areas since the inception of this program. Of the first batch of the year 2016, because this is not the first time it's been run in Plateau State. This is just the first batch of the 2016. NISDP, which was implemented simultaneously in 80 states and FCT, inclusive. A total of 500 youths were trained per state, and then 1,100 trained in Borno State because of the peculiar nature of internally displaced persons in that state. Permit me to say that if we must address some of the socioeconomic vices plaguing this nation, such as kidnappings, high-profile assassination, armed robberies, religious intolerance, and terrorism, then the issue of wealth creation and poverty reduction must be properly addressed. Just like the area manager said, if the minds of our youth are busy, nobody can use it for any vices that you will not like. But because of the idleness everywhere, you can just be called to give you a stipend, and you go and do what you don't even want to do. And that's why the federal government, through ITF, trying to make sure you are kept busy. Government alone cannot provide jobs for everybody. So it is time for us to use our head, to use our mind, and to use our hands to be productive. You can see why ITF is all out, championing this course of skills acquisition. Let me quickly add that technical vocational skills acquisition is indeed a veritable strategy for deploying sustainable solutions for a self-reliant and responsible citizenry. To this end, the ITF requests the support of government, all stakeholders, to be able to expand skills acquisition opportunity in Nigeria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria is in a hurry to join the train that is carrying Brazil, Singapore, China, and among the Committee of Industrialized Economies of the World in the year 2020. And it's very, very close. So we're in a hurry. However, it is important to note that these countries were at the same level of prosperity with Nigeria in 1970s. They attained their current feats of industrialization through development, largely through research and skills development. In the 70s, Indians were being imported to come and teach history, West African history. Can you imagine? In the 70s, because some of us schooled in the 70s, Indians were being, and this is still on this. They were imported to teach religious knowledge, West African history. But gradually all this is phased out because there is nothing like importation of technology. If you don't know it, you don't know it. Or transfer of technology. They were here and our people were sidelined. But when they noticed that this will not help us, and that was how the industrialization of Nigeria, technical know-how, was emphasized. Like the Brazilians and the Singaporeans, they are great countries now. But why did they start from skills acquisition? But unfortunately, our system, if you are from trade school, craft school, trade centers, you have always been recognized as school dropout. But I think everybody is realizing that now, that what you can do with your mind, what you can do with your hand, what you can do with your head, is what is important. And we are going to get there. We are going to get there. And it's going to start from you and I. Somebody must have to start it. So you can see why ITF is championing this course. We are worried. And we are starting from you. The manager said it. Your multiplier effect is what is going to make us succeed. Don't keep the knowledge for yourself alone. Try to engage others. Because ITF may not be able to train everybody. You have been selected and you have been trained. So what we are looking at for now is the multiplier effect from you. I have no doubt in my mind that with your continued support and cooperation, that is you now, the ITF will deliver on its mandate of providing, promoting, and encouraging the acquisition of skills to fast-track the rapid industrialization and sustainable development of Nigeria. That was what I was explaining. We are starting from you, and the multiplier effect, ITF is eager. We are on the road to keep a tab on you, tracking. Don't think that when you collect your certificate, we are going to know where you are, to see how you are faring. My colleague said something yesterday to you. Some of us were asked to come here, and some came willingly on their own. Some were asked to come by their parents. Some were asked to come by their spouses. But that's not what you are looking for. The willingness to do. The willingness to do it. And then the willingness to help others to do it. To multiply. Am I saying something? Distinguished guests, our esteemed trainees, gentlemen of the press, I do not intend to take too much of your time with long speeches to enable us to proceed with the occasion. Director General to Chief Executive, who is unavoidably absent, and the entire management of the fund, I have the singular honor and privilege to declare this occasion open. Thank you and God bless.
If you permit me, say I call you Sir Chris Adiku. He looks like a member of the night. And in the delivery too, he delivered the speech on behalf of a KSM, who is our Director General, Sir Joseph Harry. Sir, with your permission, may I take some recognitions before we continue with our program? While you were delivering your speech, some other of our stakeholders came in, so permit me to introduce them. Honorable Commissioner came in. I'm sure we saw him as an athlete. He's preparing for the marathon. Sell him out. But thank you for coming, sir, and thank the DG for doing the introduction for us. The Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs, also representative just came in too, Mr. Joseph Guaisam. He's the Deputy Director of Child Welfare. You're welcome, sir. Let's put our hands together for him. And we also have from Ola Hospital, they are our stakeholders. But we will just introduce the leader of the team and the members. Ibrahim, on behalf of the team, you're welcome. So we thank you for gracing this occasion. On our program, we have goodwill messages, and we're going to take them one by one as we go on. And we'll start with the Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Sports. Thereafter, we'll take the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs before we go on. So, sir.
Joseph and Ari, who is ably being represented. My colleague, Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, who is ably represented. Other management staff of Industrial Training from JOS. Other guests that are here. My distinguished graduates, today is your day. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be here. Even though I came late, I was coming from a function. They say it's better late than never. Government has a lot of premium on youth development like this. Hence, I rushed to be part of this. Government lays a lot of importance on youth development. And for those of you that are graduating today, you have to count yourself as very, very lucky. Why are we saying this? Many are called, but few are chosen. A round of applause. We don't even have to see the future. You hold the ace for this country. And we need to equip the youth very, very well to take over the mantle of leadership. I benefited from Industrial Training Fund. As a student, we hear a lot of students saying IT is the brainwork of government through IT. And we have a lot to do about training in the sense that, like the DG rightly said in his speech, we were talking of industrialization. We have to have some basic skills at the very tender age. Hence, government is not playing about that. And you also think of other organizations like the NT, National Directorate of Employment. The federal government had to do this to